Welcome to Queer News Tonight. This is the world's first and only LGBTQ plus daily news television show broadcasting live and available on demand on your favorite streaming channels.
Analytics company vidIQ has certified that Queer News Tonight YouTube channel as the world's most popular LGBTQ plus streaming news show. In 2025, our queer stories have reached 11 million streaming views, and Queer News Tonight has been the most watched LGBTQ plus news and lifestyle show in the world this year.
We are proud that Queer News Tonight has more YouTube subscribers than any other LGBTQ brand in Florida.
We thank you for watching and supporting our voice in the LGBTQ community. There is no other news program in the LGBTQ world like Queer News Tonight.
That's right, Jason. It is Monday, September 29th. We are live and literally out of the closet and into the headlines. So many of your important stories we'll tell this evening on Queer News Tonight.
You're watching Queer News Tonight, the world's first daily LGBTQ evening news show.
Welcome to the world's most important LGBTQ plus evening news show.
Hotspots Happening Out is one of the largest LGBTQ plus nonprofit media companies in America, in the same model of PBS and NPR, but designed for the LGBTQ plus community.
We support the 11 pillars of our LGBTQ community and want to inform and educate on the key issues of lesbian, trans, Latino, Black, healthcare, seniors, students, faith, social justice, business, and queer culture.
Our magazine is celebrating 40 years of the LGBTQ experience. Queer News Tonight is celebrating our 5th anniversary with more than 11,000 LGBTQ streaming stories. We present South Florida's major LGBTQ events, including Pride Fort Lauderdale, Stonewall Pride, and Pride Fete. Our nonprofit 501c3 magazine, events, television network, talk, and entertainment shows support our mission to educate the LGBTQ and broader community.
In 2025, more than 100 community leaders will host this show to support the LGBTQ plus community. Let's meet today's anchors at Queer News Tonight. Let's welcome back to the table anchor Edward Otto Zielke. He's an accomplished brand influencer and marketing leader with a dynamic background in financial services and travel marketing. Edward currently serves as a director of marketing and sponsorship for the world famous Gay Men's Chorus of South Florida. Woo! He also serves on the Gala Chorus's communications committee in his spare time. Edward, GMCSF community sing-along, brings spooky fun to Wilton Manors on October 4th. Tell me what's happening out.
On Saturday, October 4th, the Gay Men's Chorus of South Florida, the Bears of South Florida, and Hunters Nightclub will come together to host a festive community sing-along in Wilton Manors. The event will take place at Hunters Nightclub, with doors opening at 2:30 p.m. and music beginning at 3 p.m., carrying through until about 5 p.m. Attendees will be welcomed into the spooky season with a lively atmosphere filled with songs, laughter, and community spirit. Guests will participate in costume contests and games while enjoying drinks from the bar. The experience will not require sheet music, so everyone, whether a confident singer or a casual hummer, will be able to join in. Organizers promise a joyful afternoon of harmony and togetherness, celebrating community and the fun of singing together. GMCSF is the top award-winning LGBTQ plus nonprofit arts organization in South Florida. For more details about the event, visit gmcsf.org. I absolutely love when we do these type of sing-alongs too. It brings the community together. The Bears are such a wonderful group of men that get together and support so many nonprofits here in the area. And it's been such a wonderful partnership with them. I think we've been partnering with them, I would say, about a good decade now.
Wow.
We started with the Bear Drive, which is kind of what we do around Black Friday. We do a teddy bear drive, and we bring all of the bears to a local hospital. So we've been partnering with them, and these sing-alongs just happened in the last few years, and it's great, just to get the community out together and, people that are a little curious about the chorus too. And what can we say about Hunters Nightclub? Wow. I mean, they open up their doors for just about everybody. I mean, they're just so,
don't say that. They do not.
No, well,
Anybody could be.
Yeah, anybody could. No, I mean, for all the good nonprofits and local businesses that need an event space, it's such a wonderful group.
And they help everybody. And I call Hunters our community gym, our community center, except more elevated, right? Because I mean, from gender reveal parties, which I've hosted there, to a memorial, which I hosted there, right? To and a book signing with Rick Carlson. We've done so many different things there that I love it.
So you didn't book Hunters because their tagline is "Spirits Elevated."
Oh, good.
See, it's all about the branding, right?
It's all about the branding.
Of course, Jason would say that. Of course, he would say that. So I love that this edition is the spooky edition. You said, all right. So songs like Monster Mash or songs. Oh, I was dressed as Frankenfurter over the weekend.
Oh my God!
Watch my social media.
Photos.
It's crazy.
Fantastic.
But those songs from the movie, songs what can we expect?
Well, just to get us into the holiday season. We got Halloween coming up at the end of next week.
Our Christmas, gay Christmas.
So this will get us a time to get together and see what we're going to wear for Halloween. We got so many great events that are going to be happening this month. So it's good for to get out this next weekend and try something out. That you're thinking about.
I would like to personally request Monster Mash, as well as Goo Goo Muck and perhaps Bela Lugosi's Dead, if they're to be included, if they're not already on the set list.
Well, I think I might need sheet music for that.
They're great.
I don't know if I know the words to that one.
What in the living heck is a Goo Goo what?
By the Cramps. It was on Wednesday. Did you watch Wednesday?
Yeah.
One of the songs she dances to. Goo Goo Muck is a great Halloween song.
Oh, I love it.
I think they'll add it if you go dressed up as Wednesday.
Oh, yes, with the pigtails and everything.
Will you do it?
I'll think about it.
So costumes required, or wear them if you want?
Yes,
no problem.
Optional.
Are you dressing up in a costume?
Am I? No, because I'm going to save it probably for Halloween and that weekend for the ball.
Okay. Well, it's going to be a lot of fun regardless, and we'll have a fabulous time at Hunters, and I love it. And I love the Gay Men's Chorus. So this is a big LGBTQ story for today. There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by subscribing and sharing Queer News Tonight. And we look forward to seeing you at the GMCSF Community Sing-Along on October 4th. Next up, let's welcome my good friend, Gregg Shapiro. He's an inductee into the Chicago LGBT Hall of Fame. Gregg is an entertainment journalist whose celebrity interviews and reviews run in a variety of regional LGBTQ publications and websites. Gregg, Orgullo Honor 15 will shine in Miami on October 3rd. Tell me what's happening out.
Of course, Faye. On Friday, October 3rd, the vibrant city of Miami will host Orgullo Honor 15, a distinguished celebration of LGBTQI+ leadership and community impact. The event will take place at Sea Spice, located at 412 Northwest North River Drive, starting with a 7 p.m. dinner. The event marks 15 years of Orgullo, presented by Unity Coalition, Coalición Unidad, and the Greater Miami Convention and Visitors Bureau. This milestone event will honor 15 LGBTQI+ leaders and allies who will be recognized for their exemplary contributions to the community. Guests will enjoy a waterfront dining experience while celebrating diversity, advocacy, and unity. Orgullo South Florida's first LGBTQ Pride Festival. More details about the event are available at celebrateorgullo.com. Well, October is LGBTQ History Month after all, and this sounds like the perfect kind of event to celebrate the many contributions made by the members of our vibrant and varied community, including our very own Faye, boss man Scott Holland, and award-winning poet Caridad Moro Grunlier. It's the event, I think, of the season.
Aw, thank you. I adore Caridad. Tortillera! I love Caridad. Caridad is an exceptional poet, and what a wonderful heart that woman has.
True.
Her and her partner are just gorgeous. I'm humbled to be honored by Unity Coalition. It's one of the first nonprofits that I started working with when I got sober, right? And so to see this full circle, them giving me an award is so odd. But I'm so appreciative and so humbled by it. But I'm even more taken aback by the other people who are getting awards. I mean, Morgan Mayfair Do you know Morgan? Holy crap. Like, he came out the vag doing stuff for a nonprofit, okay? You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot. Scott Hollins, who, you know, Hotspots, I mean, Noche Latina, like, and he's an incredible pillar of our community and a wonderful friend. Tommy Morell, who's an incredible therapist and peer leader. I mean, there's so many people on this list that it's like crazy. The fact that I get to also get an award while sitting there going, oh my God, I love that person. You know, so I'm excited about this, really.
Yeah, I mean, Tony Mendoza.
Tony! Jeff's husband, yes!
So, absolutely. And then one that stood out for me, which I was super excited after you, Faye, was Elliot Cohen. He's done so much for the community.
Yes.
Through music and talent and art, and I just appreciate all of the people on that stage. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a great event.
Well, and the people over at Unity Coalition, they make it a point to inclusivity is like just their nature, right? The way I got like kind of pulled in was because I had never seen an organization that really was supporting indigenous folks, indigenous queer folks, right? Or BIPOC folks, for that matter, during that time. And they were at the beginning of it. They schooled me on Two-Spirit. They schooled me on what it's like to be indigenous and queer. They're exceptional people over there. Their board is incredible. John Buckley, I adore you. Herb Sosa. Melba, who is just incredible, George Coronado, all the people who are over there are making sure that when you look on that stage, you see yourself represented in some way, shape, or form. So that is the big LGBTQ story for today. There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by subscribing and sharing. And Queer News Tonight looks forward to seeing you all at Orgullo Honor 15 on October 3rd. I met this next anchor less than a year ago, and I'm kind of obsessed with him, which is very odd for me. I know I get obsessed with gay boys all the time, but this next anchor, he's something special. He's Jason Núñez, all right? And look at that face. Now you're obsessed too. Yeah. So Jason Núñez is a trailblazing leader. He's a passionate entrepreneur and fierce advocate for equality. He's the president and CEO of the Greater Fort Lauderdale LGBT Chamber of Commerce. And as a third-generation minority Air Force veteran, he has served at the Pentagon, the White House, the State Department, and the Department of Labor, all places that I'm not allowed 20 feet from. Jason, Arts Launch Broward's new season kicks off on October 5th. Tell me what's happening out.
So on Sunday, October 5th, the Broward Center for the Performing Arts will come alive with Arts Launch Broward, a free community event designed to open the 2025-26 cultural season. From 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., audiences will be welcomed to a high-energy celebration of creativity and connection. The event will feature live music and dance performances, interactive artist showcase, and exhibits from leading local art organizations. Guests will discover exclusive previews of upcoming shows, classes, and community events while enjoying surprise pop-ups and hands-on activities. Families will find the event especially welcoming with programming tailored for all ages. Adding to the excitement, the Brass Quintet will perform in the Al Rene Theater lobby at 2 p.m., offering a vibrant musical highlight. With the celebration time to coincide with Fort Lauderdale's Sunday Jazz Brunch, visitors will enjoy a full day of art, music, food, and riverfront energy. The Broward Center builds community through the arts by delivering quality entertainment and educational opportunities. To know more about the Arts Launch, visit broward.org/arts. I'm super excited you had me at brunch, but the art showcase, I mean, again, Hispanic Heritage Month is it's happening now, and arts and culture, who outside organizations are trying to put us in a box, here we're showcasing them. And the Broward Center really knows how to launch that. And I'm super excited to see the quintet. I mean, just the showcases and what's to come for the season. I mean, we're gonna preview it all, and those who are not there are gonna get FOMO for sure.
Oh, complete FOMO. And if you've already gotten the newsletter from the Broward Center, like I have, because I am a musical nerd, okay? I need to see all the musicals, and then they also have Slow Burn also, and they also do incredible musicals. So what's on my list for 25-26? River Dance. Right? For sure. Back to the Future that I saw in London at the West End, and it was incredible. Okay, what else is on my list? Les Mis.
Les Mis, yeah.
The first place I saw Ricky Martin. Frozen, Catch Me If You Can, and a whole lot more. I mean, they've got some incredible entertainment that they're bringing to us this year.
And also, this is the first time that they're doing this, Broward Cultural Division, but they're also inviting the nonprofit arts and cultures to also be there too, and to showcase their seasons too. The Gay Men's Chorus, I will be there, and I will definitely be talking about our upcoming season because it's just going to be incredible. Yeah, you'll get a sneak peek of it if you come.
And also, what a great way to reach other people that maybe don't sign up for, or don't know how to find out what you guys are going to do next.
And
I love that.
Yeah, and just to be in an area where a lot of people, that may not identify as LGBTQIA, that do love theater, that would want to see something a little bit different. You know? So yeah, this is actually something that Broward, is spearheading, and we're really looking forward to it.
I love that.
And who doesn't love surprise pop-ups?
That's true.
Wow. That is the big LGBTQ story for today. That's all he got. That's all he has. It's just that. All right, that's fine. That is the big LGBTQ story for today. There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by subscribing and sharing. And Queer News Tonight looks forward to seeing you at the Arts Launch Broward new season on October 5th.
And of course, let's welcome tonight's lead anchor, FayWhat. She is legendary events host, television and radio personality, and the host of Hotspot's Happening Out's The FayWhat Show. Faye, the National LGBTQ Task Force Annual Gala BU Ball will be held on October 11th. Tell us what's happening out.
I'm so excited for this event. So the National LGBTQ Task Force will unveil its newly rebranded annual gala, now titled the BU Ball, on Saturday, October 11th, 2025 at the Diplomat Beach Resort in Hollywood, Florida. The event will mark the first celebration under its new name and will align with National Coming Out Day, creating an evening of visibility, pride, and community empowerment. Actress and ballroom icon, Miss Electra herself, Dominique Jackson, will serve as host. I would just suck on her tub water. All right. The evening will also spotlight local honoree David Jobin, who we adore. He is the president and CEO of Our Fund Foundation and does so much for other nonprofits, who will receive the prestigious Eddie McIntyre Community Service Award in recognition of his dedication to strengthening South Florida's LGBTQ plus community. The BU Ball will gather supporters, leaders, and allies to celebrate authenticity while raising funds for the task force's national advocacy and local initiatives. The National LGBTQ Task Force builds power, takes action, and creates change to achieve freedom, justice, and equity for lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer people. It organizes people and money in pursuit of liberation for all. For more details about the gala, about the ball, baby, go visit thetaskforce.org. And I'm super excited. I just interviewed Ryan Hurst, and he's a part of the National LGBTQ Task Force, and he's been a part of their group forever. And I'm so excited about what they're doing. They have decided to move their event from Miami Beach to Broward, which many folks in Broward, it's not that far, okay? It's not that far. Many people in Broward have always been like, oh my God, like I have to go all the way down to Miami. Let me get a hotel room. Oh my God. And I get it. It's because they want to have an actual, go to Twist, go to Gathering, do other things, right? And then not have to drive back all that time. So, they've got some incredible entertainers lined up. Of course, like I said, a Dominique Jackson, who is just an icon. Yeah. I ran into her in the bathroom. Yes, the bathroom. Okay. And she just took 20 minutes to just sit there and talk to me. She didn't have to. And I was, me, boys, I was fangirling like an idiot. And she was just there, to be, she told me about her worries about being trans and coming to Florida, but understanding how important it was for her to be here. And she was getting an award from the task force that year. This year, she's hosting the ball. And it's a ball voguing, bring your best ballroom gear, elevated. Athena Dion is performing. TP Lords is performing. Godfrey is performing. Incredible local talent that we love. Tiana Love, and so much more. I'm super excited for this, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Hooray for Hollywood and the Diplomat Beach Resort. Great space, It's a great location for the BU ball, and of course, who doesn't love the fierce Dominique Jackson? That's, oh my God, I'm so jealous.
I love her.
True. I mean, shameless plug, the Diplomat, the National LGBT Task Force, and the City of Hollywood are all chamber members.
And
Shout out.
Faye,
Nice.
and Faye, and Faye.
And Faye.
Thank you.
Yes, Faye's also a chamber member. But when you went to see Dominic, was it because you saw her eye to eye because both of y'all were tall? Is that kind of what?
No, bitch.
Thank
And
you.
she's way more tall than me.
Okay.
Thank you. All right.
Only a little
She made me look small, which you would be proud of. I'm just saying.
Well, I have to drop in one more name to this because, the Gay Men's Chorus of South Florida. Actually, Tropical Wave, our vocal ensemble, is going to be performing that evening as well. So it's going to be really exciting for us, too. But I just love the theme, the BU. It sounds like you could just, come as you are. And,
I often do.
And that's basic. Wow, Gregg. And that's basically what Ryan said.
Yes.
Be you. It's literally come as you are. Whatever that looks like to you. We want you to be happy in a safe setting while we get to fundraise, make some money for an organization that fights for us.
sure.
Their silent auction is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I've never seen a silent auction aside from the Chic and aside from their gala, right? I have never seen that many elevated pieces at a silent auction.
It's incredible.
Time to bid.
Yeah.
Well, that is the big LGBTQ plus story for today. There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by subscribing and sharing, and Queer News Tonight looks forward to seeing you at the National LGBTQ Task Force Annual Gala BU Ball on October 11th.
Now let's dive deep into this big LGBTQ story for today. I'm FayWhat, and let's queer up Florida and South Florida. Pride Center warns of how $350,000 funding cuts will affect HIV and other LGBTQ services. Since 1993, the Pride Center has been a lifeline for South Florida's LGBTQ plus community, offering life-saving and life-enhancing programs. But presently, the center is warning that deep funding cuts could unravel decades of progress. The leaders revealed they face a $350,000 shortfall this fiscal year after recent grant cuts and reductions from other funding streams. The impact, they say, could be devastating in a region that continues to report some of the highest HIV rates in the country. The numbers are sobering. This year alone, the Pride Center has already identified 12 new HIV cases through testing, double last year's total across the entire 12 months. Since March, more than 50 community members have also relied on counseling and case management through new programs now in jeopardy. These cuts could mean scaling back free HIV testing, reducing counseling sessions, ending case management, and eliminating social and wellness programs that thousands rely on. Last year, the center conducted over 1,700 HIV tests, distributed hundreds of at-home kits, linked thousands to vital services, and hosted community programs, from yoga and Reiki to support groups for LGBT women and active agers. Without new resources, leaders warn these services and the lives they protect are at risk. The Pride Center says the community can help close the gap. Just $20 covers access to critical care, while a $250 gift funds 3 counseling sessions. Every donation, they stress, keeps life-saving programs alive. For more information and to give, visit the Pride Center's website at pridecenterflorida.org. Robert Boo over there, I mean, what they have accomplished, right? What they do every day. I mean, they are putting out fires and helping people on a daily basis that walk through their doors, And the Pride Center is one of those places very similar to the Gay Men's Chorus, who collaborate with other nonprofits, who help other nonprofits in the process. Right there on campus, they have the Gay Men's Chorus.
Yeah.
They also have Trans Inclusive Group right there on campus,
AHF.
and AHF as well. And like I said in the story, they have these groups for elders. They help women. I mean, they do so much there, and it's not like they're at a loss of $10,000.
Huge.
$350,000 in the hole. Gregg, what are you thinking?
Well, this is terrible news in a year that seems to have an endless supply of terrible news. I really hope that there are people inside as well as outside the community who are able to rise to the occasion and generously, desperately give them the donations they desperately need. I hope people can come through for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, Robert Boo. Shout out to Robert Boo and Rebecca D'Amico and the team. You go to any of the events, you would never know that they're short 350,000. They are holding that community together. They're holding our community together.
Yeah.
And making it happen. And the chamber, I put a call out to our members to, we need to bootstrap. Like as the funding cuts happen on the federal level, like we need to come together as small businesses and support our community, our organization. $5, one testing. Yeah. Don't get Starbucks for a day. Yeah. Don't get Dunkin' Donuts for a day.
Even get your Starbucks for $5.
Swing by the Pride Center. Give them $5. I'm sure they'll take it. Yeah. They'll take it through that drive-through. Yeah. Go ahead.
And keep out, Halloween on your maps. Because of Wicked Manors is going to be happening then too, and that's a perfect way to support the Pride Center. By going to that, and it's a lot of fun too. And they also give back, like you said, to other nonprofits with that. So when you're helping out one nonprofit here in South Florida, you're helping out several.
Yeah, absolutely.
And sometimes, and I tell this a lot, when one well dries up, you have to start digging another well. So sometimes, with sponsors, I know for myself, sometimes they're not able to give this year, maybe because they're afraid of what's going on in the world. So you go to somebody else, and it's just a matter of finding those allies. For us, so.
And I think the universe will take care of the Pride Center, okay? And I'm saying by making people donate. I'm not saying it's going to happen from air, okay? Because of that, because they help others. If you look, we're always screaming about inclusivity, right? We've got many nonprofits who really target one part of our community, and that's completely okay, please. The Pride Center literally helps every letter in the acronym across the board. From Women in Pride to the Elders Program to coffee in the morning, like they do so much. So I really hope that they get the help they need. Again, like Jason said, $5, right? $20, you've got the $20. Send them more if you've got. And that is the big LGBTQ story for today. There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by subscribing and sharing Queer News Tonight.
Now let's dive deep into this big LGBTQ plus story for today. I'm Otto Zielke, and let's queer up politics. Pete Buttigieg fires back at Tucker Carlson's fake gay claim in Kara Swisher interview. In a conversation that blended humor, candor, and serious reflection, former Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg responded to one of the more bizarre attacks on his identity, a claim by Tucker Carlson that he is a fake gay. The exchange happened during a live taping of On with Kara Swisher at the University of Michigan. Swisher, known for her sharp wit, poked fun at Buttigieg by echoing Carlson's insult. She joked, "I'm starting to agree with Tucker Carlson on this fake gay thing," after Buttigieg admitted he didn't recognize a meme she said was popular among gay men. Buttigieg laughed and brushed it off, saying, quote, "Chasten, my husband, has threatened to have my gay card revoked so many times. This is just going to be the latest," end quote. Swisher, a lesbian, pressed Buttigieg to answer Carlson's very specific questions about gay sex. Buttigieg responded by pointing out the high level of cringeworthiness. The conversation also touched on Democratic politics, a 2028 presidential bid, and his stance on Gaza. For a queer community, the interview highlighted both Buttigieg's resilience and his humor in the face of bad faith attacks. Well, I don't know. I might have also gotten my gay card turned in. I'm not very familiar with a lot of memes myself, so I can't imagine what it would have possibly have been that would have stumped him. But I think this speaks to your perceptions of people and what you're perceiving as what a gay man is or what a lesbian is or what a trans person is. It's so funny how people that are not that will put people in a box and saying, this is how people are and this is how they act. But because somebody doesn't act a certain way, well, they possibly can't be that.
Right? You're not gay enough. Yeah. What the hell?
It doesn't make any sense.
And why are we talking about Tucker Carlson again? I thought he evaporated somewhere after he got fired from Fox. I mean, what the hell?
You know what else is cringeworthy? When a fake Christian such as stupid fucker Carlson accuses someone else of being fake anything. And is this just because Pete didn't ask if he could touch Tucker's teeny weeny peeny? Is that why he thinks he's not gay?
You okay?
I'm better.
I was just going to say, Tucker Carlson, he has nothing substantive about Pete Buttigieg as he was secretary, so now he has to go to personal attacks. It's just ridiculous.
Because Pete Buttigieg is his worst nightmare come to life, and a gay man. You know, I mean, that's it. And the Swisher woman, right? Yeah. Swisher, a lesbian. Have you guys ever seen that Golden Girls episode? Dorothy, a lesbian.
Yes.
Blanche, another lesbian. That's what I found during that time. But I will start following you, Swisher. So you got that. And that is the big LGBTQ story for today. There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by subscribing and sharing Queer News Tonight.
Now, let's dive deep into this big LGBTQ story for today. I'm Gregg Shapiro. Let's queer up entertainment. Veejay Floresca makes history as first trans winner of Project Runway. Project Runway's season 21 came to a stunning conclusion with the crowning of Veejay Floresca, marking the first time a trans designer has won the series. Floresca impressed viewers and judges alike with a range of bold, inventive looks throughout the season, but it was her final collection, inspired by the Terminator franchise, that truly stole the show. The judges panel included season regulars Heidi Klum, Nina Garcia, and Law Roach, along with the returning judge, fashion icon Michael Kors. In an exclusive post-win interview with Elle magazine, Floresca admitted that the victory still feels surreal, calling it, quote, more than a decade in the making, end quote. A lifelong fan of Project Runway, the Filipina designer had previously competed on the Philippines version of the show, finishing as runner-up. Since 2012, she had applied to the U.S. version year after year, only to face repeated rejections, a journey that made her triumph even sweeter. Reflecting on her perseverance, Floresca told Elle, quote, I would tell myself, it's not your time yet, but hold on, because your time will come. Now is that time, end quote. Floresca also spoke on the importance of trans representation, especially during a time when civil liberties are under threat. She said, quote, I'm an immigrant, I'm a trans woman of color, and people need to see that we are not enemies. We are just normal people with dreams and aspirations, and I hope that my story can change people's perspective. For anyone struggling, I hope that you hear my story and know you've got this, end quote. With Project Runway already searching for its next batch of designers, fans can expect another season of fierce competition and hopefully Law Roach back in the judge's seat. So according to my husband, who is a longtime Project Runway adherent, shit-stirrer Veejay Floresca didn't deserve to win. For example, Rick pointed out that in one of the challenges, Floresca didn't even meet the requirements. My husband thought that Utica should have won. Personally, I want to say I loathe the way fashion design has been turned into a competitive blood sport.
Eureka! Eureka! Eureka!
Right.
Eureka! Wow. Not because I'm hosting a fashion show with her, Ethan Munt, at the Hard Rock in 2 weeks, right? No, not at all. From the first episode, I thought Ethan was gonna win, right? I just did. Everything that he put on that runway, I was blown away with. There was one garment that was a little ill-fitting in the boob area, which he could have like fixed, you know what I mean? Yeah. But Veejay cried a lot. She should get the award for most crier on Project Runway. You know, I think it's a beautiful thing that she's a gorgeous trans woman, that she's brown, that she's the first Filipina, she's the first trans woman. I'm happy for all that, but I don't think she should have won. Okay? She didn't blow me away the whole entire time. Now, like Rick Carlin said, one of my very good friends, he don't lie either, right? There was a segment where there was a reveal to be had, right? She never did the reveal for that particular episode, right? And still won. Right? So But let's just say that, Project Runway has changed a lot. I mean, I love me some Heidi Klum, all right? Nina Garcia, I want to have your baby. Laura Roach, you have the best hair, like, in the business.
Yeah.
I mean, you make my hair look like crap, okay? But they had 5 days to put together a collection. That's unheard of. It just doesn't happen, right? I don't think Utica got the opportunity to give us their best because they had 5 freaking days and it was the first collection they had ever done in life. So congratulations, Veejay, but I wasn't happy when she won. I wasn't happy. I was happy for the trans community and for her being brown, right? Yeah. But I still wish that Ethan would have won. And your husband does too. And I know both of you aren't even watching Project Runway, so I'm gonna let you catch up and we'll talk about it some other time.
I watched it a little bit. I watched it with Utica.
Oh, I thought you were going to say I watched it with you. I'm like,
no, I watched it with you guys. Actually, I don't watch it religiously, but I do enjoy it because, this is just another extension of, our artistry in the LGBTQ+ community. It really is, it's like, and it's a little bit like Drag Race in a way too, because it stems from that. So it's good, healthy competition. But yeah, I feel like sometimes when the winner gets announced, you feel everybody's like, what, really?
Yeah, and I guess you're never going to make everybody happy at the end of the day, right? Because there's a lot of people that think that, Veejay, she had applied 12 years in a row.
That's a lot.
Okay,
Keep trying.
this smells a little like ginger mingy, doesn't it? Jason is like, I'm not saying anything. Fine, that's fine. That is the big LGBTQ story for today. There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by subscribing and sharing Queer News Tonight.
Now let's dive deep into this big LGBTQ story for today. I'm Jason Núñez, and let's queer up the USA view. YouTube opens door for banned creators. What does it mean for the LGBTQ+ community? YouTube is rolling out a major policy shift, announcing that creators who were permanently banned from the platform can now apply for reinstatement. The move, detailed in a letter from Alphabet lawyer Daniel Donovan to House Judiciary Chair Jim Jordan, targets accounts previously removed for spreading misinformation about COVID-19 or the 2020 election. The letter reads, quote, "Today, YouTube's community guidelines allow for a wider range of content regarding COVID-19 and elections integrity. Reflecting the company's commitment to free expression, YouTube will provide an opportunity for all creators to rejoin the platform if the company terminated their channels for repeated violations of COVID-19 and elections integrity policies that are no longer in effect," end quote. YouTube emphasized its stance on political debate, saying, quote, "No matter the political atmosphere, YouTube will continue to enable free expression on its platform, particularly as it relates to issues subject to political debate. Political debate and discussion are in the public's interest, which is why YouTube expanded its approach to educational, documentary, scientific, and artistic content on the platform," end quote. The pilot program will initially be limited to a subset of creators, including some previously linked to figures like Dan Bongino, Steve Bannon, and Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Donovan added, quote, "YouTube values conservative voices on its platform and recognizes that these creators have extensive reach and play an important role in civic discourse," end quote. For the LGBTQ+ community, this policy shift raises questions about how controversial or extremist viewpoints may return to the platform, potentially impacting conversations around queer rights, safety, and visibility. So, YouTube is a platform that could be used for good or for evil. Most people would love to jump on Queer News Tonight on YouTube and watch us, because why not? But when you have ding-dongs like political people who already have platforms, keep them off of the ones where us that don't have that platform could speak. Then it just gets drowned out. I think this role reversal is good for some, but that they had to go all the way political. They had to go make Big
Yeah.
Daddy happy. And it's going to be extremely detrimental and depressing to our community.
You know, those people who did not get vaccinated, who didn't believe in COVID, all those people, right? Those are the same people who unfortunately voted for you know who, you know? And I remember during that time, we asked people, like, are you vaccinated, right? To protect ourselves, right? And then months later, we're like, who'd you vote for, right? And that's kind of how you knew, you know? You know, these people were banned for spreading lies and endangering lives, basically, right? I mean, that's gotta have some kind of a cost. And then not more than one time, you know what I mean? And you're gonna let these people back. Let's be real, folks. The reality is that the only reason that YouTube is doing this is because TikTok is kicking their mother-loving ass.
Right. Not so permanent after all.
That's why. I mean, like...
Yeah, crazy. Not so permanent after all, right? It's not very reassuring that Roid Rage Bongino, Gin Blossoms Bannon, and Robert fucking Kennedy Jr. will have yet another platform from which they can spew their hatred. Oh, it's just going to be fun, isn't it?
And it's repeated offenses. Like, in all of the quotes, it's repeated offenses.
Right.
Like, you're going to let them do it again and again. And, oh, by the way, slap on the hand. But here you go. You can have it back now.
Yeah, it's not like they've changed their tunes.
Yeah. But mind you, if I put a boy's butt in a thong, I'm throwing off every freaking thing ever.
Blocked, blocked, blocked.
Blocked! Does not meet community guidelines.
Right.
His butt is perfect. That is the big LGBTQ story for today. There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by subscribing and sharing Queer News Tonight. Now let's dive deep into this big LGBTQ story for today. I'm FayWhat, and let's queer up Hispanic History Month. Liniker makes history again with 7 Latin Grammy nominations. As the U.S. celebrates Hispanic Heritage Month, Liniker, the first openly trans woman to ever win a Latin Grammy Award, is making headlines once again. The Brazilian soul singer has earned an impressive 7 nominations for the 2025 Latin Grammys, set for November 13th in Las Vegas. Liniker's music, a rich mix of samba, pop, jazz, R&B, and cabaret torch songs, has captivated audiences worldwide. With 2.2 million monthly Spotify listeners and 1.8 million Instagram followers, she is not only celebrated for her artistry, but also for her advocacy. In a 2017 interview highlighting her mission to fight for trans dignity, Liniker said, quote, "The process of empowerment is daily. Every day we need to look in the mirror and understand that we are wonderful, that we do have rights, and that we cannot be marginalized by society," end quote. Raised by a single mom in Sao Paulo, she credits her family for introducing her to jazz, R&B, and samba. Her music also reflects her connection to candomblé, honoring her African heritage while spreading messages of love and acceptance. This year's nominations include Album of the Year and Song of the Year for tracks from her second solo album, Gaju. So Liniker is rewriting history, man, you know, like literally rewriting history during Hispanic Heritage Month. She's not just representing Brazil, she's representing resilience and joy for trans people everywhere. I mean, that is what it is right there with all those nominations. That's beautiful. And the fact that it happened before, you know, was just not a fluke. Right. You know what I mean? Sometimes something new and shiny, you know, grabs the attention. But now, again, all these nominations for the Latin Grammys this year, I love it.
Yeah, this is a great, like, legacy that she has. Like, we have a chamber member who has a great book out, Your Divine Purpose, A Journey to Fulfillment and Legacy, and this is literally her legacy. And, you know, just paving the way for the rest of trans women, straight women, LGBT women, period, moving forward, and the power that comes with being a woman. I'm super excited to watch the Latin Grammys now, because I also want to hear Caju. I want to hear that rhythm beat. So.
Yeah, and everybody loves samba. I mean, Brazilians are some of the hottest people, like, in life. You know what I mean? Like, so all that little, maybe a little of that.
I wonder if she does Mas Que Nada. It's one of my favorite Sergio Mendes in Brazil 66 song. It's a great song. Bravo, Liniker.
Brava. What does that mean?
Bravo.
Bravo. I'll definitely be watching the Latin Grammys this year, and I'm going to go on Spotify and go, you know, download some of her stuff too, right? I love that. And that is the big LGBTQ story for today. There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by subscribing to and sharing Queer News Tonight. Those are today's headlines from Queer News Tonight, and these anchors represent the best of our LGBTQ community.
If our community is important to you, share this news with your friends and family. Join the conversation on your favorite streaming platform.
Queer News Tonight is the only live LGBTQ digital television show in the world that is out of the closet and into the headlines.
We need your support. If our community is to grow and then thrive, we must tell our stories and bring them to the attention of the broader world. This is the only place in the world that tells these types of LGBTQ stories in motion and sound. That is the passion of Hotspots Magazine, Happening Out Television Network, and Queer News Tonight.
I'm your anchor, FayWhat, and on behalf of these LGBTQ reporters, the incredible anchors of Queer News Tonight, including Otto Zielke, Gregg Shapiro, and Jason Núñez. We will see you daily at 8 p.m. to our LGBTQ plus world. We hope that you will join us by embracing love, generosity, bravery, by being transformative, and of course, being queer. Good night.